about Finestra, and I have chosen this topic because it has a huge connection between my practicum Erasmus and my favorite hobby. However, I have improved a lot of knowledge in different contexts. I am a Barcelona supporter since birth, and I could say that I have seen the best Barça of history. Pep Guardiola was the manager of that amazing team, and I could say that I also had the opportunity to see his last match as a coach in Barcelona. After that, he left and he reached new achievements, new goals as a manager in different parts of the world. I have a big admiration to that coach because I think that he always has believed with his way of playing football, and he always has reached all his goals and has been successful in all different challenges that he has trained as a coach. To start that project, I thought some questions that could be a good point to start to and think what things were good and which things were not. So that questions could be which are the main aspects in his philosophy to being successful. Another question was, are values important in his philosophy? And another question was, is there any difference at the different teams that he has trained as a coach? And with that, these are the main objectives of my project. First one, find out and describe characteristics about Pep Guardiola as a manager. Second one, analyze the impact that his way of playing football has over English football culture. And the third one, know the social and cultural impact beyond of the world of football. Good afternoon, Mr. Oriol. I'm gonna interview about Pep Guardiola. Okay, so who is Pep Guardiola and what represents for you?
Pep Guardiola is the manager of Manchester City, and for me, he represents the best manager in the world.
Thanks for making this interview. Who is Pep Guardiola and what represents for you?
So, well, he's the Man City manager, so as a United fan, naturally he represents someone that I don't like.
Okay. This question has a huge connection with history. There are lots of characters from Spain that have been successful at England. Catalina de Aragon has been really important at England history with the wedding with the Prince of Wales, and she became the Queen of England. Another case is the group Los Bravos that made one-hit wonder called Black is Black. That song had a big influence at United Kingdom. Conchita Martinez is a tennis player that won the Wimbledon tournament as Rafa Nadal. Finally, there is the actress Natalina Tena that was born in London, but she has parental connection with Spain. It's important to see that woman has a huge paper in Spanish and English history, as Pep Guardiola is having now. Do you think that England had their own football culture?
Yes, their culture was 10-15 years ago. It was very physical and rough. We would have a number 9, like Alan Shearer, who would be win headers and be a little bit dirty, tackling and elbows and things. Yeah. Still very good, but very rough. So that was kind of our identity, and over the years, it's like because we've had more foreign players come in, and Arsene Wenger has had a big influence, the football has become a lot more fluent and attractive.
I think that England had their own football culture.
I wouldn't say we had a particularly good football culture. I think he's definitely developed the game, but it was a very basic style of football. I think what he's brought has definitely improved the standard of football.
That question has connections with weather and statistics. England has a peculiar weather. It's important to see that Guardiola has adapted to this weather. In that graphics we can see how successful Guardiola has been at the different teams that he has trained. He has won lots of trophies and he always has been at the top of the table using his own way of playing football. Okay, and last question. What do you think that Guardiola has special from football?
He almost plays perfect football. When it works, it's unstoppable. Everybody, even the best players, work hard, first and foremost. They're all disciplined. The defence is well organised, and when they attack, it's beautiful. It's so fluent, and the players are moving and pulling the opposition's defence around, and it looks simple, but obviously isn't.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, and last question. What do you think that Guardiola has special from football?
Financial backing. And I think going into City, he's built a good side, but he had a spine already there. Kind of Barcelona, he's built a good side, but a lot of the ingredients were already there. It would be very interesting to see him with really limited resources what he'd achieve, because I don't think we've ever seen that. If he'd have got the United job, would he have managed to develop a squad that was that fractured? So I think he's very good adding that bit of sparkle and getting his teams playing in a certain way. So he must be a brilliant manager, but it'd be interesting to see him.
Okay, thank you very much, Jimmy.
Right, thank you.
The last question is related with music. Manchester had an important movement called the Sound of Manchester and 90s. A famous group that made that music were Happy Mondays. Another famous group called the Beatles were really famous and had a big influence at United Kingdom and the world. As the Rolling Stones, thanks to their music, they were really famous. All that groups had a big influence and had something special to be successful in the world of music, as Pep Guardiola has been successful at the world of football because he has something special as a manager. First of all, I want to say that when I started the project making some questions, I thought that the best way to start was making some interviews to people who knows something about football. I found two men that allowed me to ask them some questions about Pep Guardiola and about the world of football in general, and thanks to their answers and my questions, I developed knowledge in different areas. I can never know that there were some connections between my topic and areas like science, culture, history, music, and I developed new knowledge thanks to my first topic. I also have to say that I reached all my objectives. When I started the project, I had some objectives, and I could reach them, like I could describe and I could know all the characteristics that Pep Guardiola has in the world of football as a manager. I could analyze the way of playing football that Pep Guardiola has, and I could know the social and cultural impact beyond the world of football that Pep Guardiola and England has nowadays. An interesting point that I find out in that project is all that connections that are between a topic that you really liked and it's really, and the context is small, and you could find a lot of connections with different areas and you could develop a lot of knowledge related with a simple topic. And I think that's the most interesting point of that project. Finally, I want to say thank you very much to Alice and to Jimmy for allowing me to make them interview. I want to thank very much to my tutor for all the feedback and for helping me to develop that project. And I want to thank you to everyone for your attention, and I hope you have enjoyed.